final Ignite speaker for Main Stage 1 is Laura Zottarelli. Laura grew up in Lodi, New Jersey. She's a transfer student to Rutgers University, and her first taste of leadership came while being president of her student government at community college. After that, she was absolutely hooked. Actively involved here on campus and a future student affairs professional, Laura uses her infectious energy to drive students to discover their passion. In her free time, Laura likes to work out, color to distress, and indulge in a friendly, combative conversations with her friends. Let's hear it for Laura Zottarelli.
You're Michael's sister? A teacher asked the first day of school. I said yes, and she shook her head in disgust, marking down the attendance. I can feel the tension and silence in the room. I was typecasted. I was left with two choices. Let the things out of my control define me, or pave my own path. So I changed my elective and decided I was never going to be judged by my brothers again. Instead, I wanted to build my own name for myself. Since I was 13, my brothers Mikey and Jeffrey have suffered from addiction. They've experimented with a lot of drugs, but it only took this one drug to completely change my life. My brother Mikey started dating a girl who was an ex-heroin addict. He would always defend her, but I would plead. Why are you doing this? Why are you choosing this drug and girl over your family? Until one day, he pushed me so hard I fell to the ground. It was the first time he ever laid a hand on me. I lost my innocence. It's my sweet 16 now, and I had to swallow my pride to write a speech for my other brother, Jeffrey. For once, I just wanted us to be normal. But when the time came for him to light my candle, he was nowhere to be found. I was embarrassed. He left to buy drugs and stole almost all the money I was given as gifts. I was disappointed. I lost my confidence. Some time passed, and I get a call. Laura, Jeffrey's overdosed. He's in the hospital. An officer found a bag of heroin in his pocket, which left my parents with the choice. Send him to juvie or rehab. So over a year later, and my brother's back. I wanted it to get better, but it only took 2 months before he returned to the same cycle, except this time, he was 18, and no one could control him. This cycle was reoccurring for both of my brothers. And every time they chose drugs, they took a piece of me with them. I was losing my hope. My parents, however, were filled with it, so much that it consumed them. They were so caught up taking care of my brothers, I was no longer a priority. They became absent. Instead of going to them to vent, they came to me. They talked about how they failed as parents, but what about me? I turned out okay, right? Talking to them gave me so much anxiety, so I just stopped. I lost my mom and dad. Home was no longer a happy place. Conversations turned into arguments, toys turned into needles, juice boxes turned into alcohol, sleep turned into death scares. I no longer had two brothers in my life. Instead, I had heroin in my life. When I graduated high school and found myself stuck home, I joined student government at my community college. While at a retreat, I started to cry talking about my goals, and everyone was confused until we played an icebreaker, If You Really Knew Me. I volunteered first and I said, if you really knew me, you'd understand why I cried when I talked about my goals. And so for the first time, I shared my story. And then I never stopped. I found my voice. Rutgers was never my first choice until I attended the MARC conference in 2016. I've been to conferences before, but this one was different. I mean, I went home that night with my mind set, and I knew where I was transferring. I found my inspiration. So here I am at Rutgers University, ready to finally be free, and then I get a call. Hi, this is Angela from Bail Bond Services. Do you know who Michael or Jeffrey Zottarelli is? So here I am at Rutgers University, ready to finally give up. Maybe they needed me more than I needed to be out. It was taunting me. I was losing grip of my momentum, but I wasn't ready to let go. So I joined one extracurricular. Just one thing, I thought. Little did I know, it was more than just a club. I found my place, a support system. I found my independence. Maybe the journey isn't about becoming anything. Maybe it's unbecoming everything that isn't you so you can become who you were meant to be in the first place. I am whoever I want to be. I decide what does or does not define me, and family is whatever I want them to be. It is my friends, clubs, advisors. Truth is, I've encountered many of them, but without all of them, I wouldn't be where I am today. And yes, I still get those phone calls, those your brother's in the hospital or just got arrested phone calls, but then I take a step back, I breathe, and I say, that's them, not me. I got this. So let's start over. Let me give you the opportunity my teacher never gave me. Hi, my name's Laura, and you are?